Why men are walking away from dating, understanding the reasons. Over the years, I've had the pleasure of reading tens of thousands of your comments, and I've noticed that there are many reasons why even the most appealing men are choosing to step away from dating. To put it simply, the effort often doesn't seem worth the reward. If you're a man, I'd love to hear which factors resonate with you the most. And if you're a woman looking to attract and keep a good man, it might be worth paying attention and making some personal adjustments to ensure you're offering the right kind of juice. For those new to my channel, my aim is to help men better understand modern women, so they can find, attract, and keep a partner who is a good match, or simply improve their relationships with women if they prefer to remain single. Welcome to Just the Tip. Let's dive in. We'll use Jake as our fictional character to illustrate some common issues. One major factor is unrealistic expectations. If you've watched any of the Red Pill channels, you've probably seen panels of women listing their ideal traits: 6 feet tall, 6-pack abs, and a 6-figure income at the very least. While it might seem that men desire the perfect 10 who's an angel in public and a goddess in private, the truth is, most men can be happy with a woman who isn't perfect but makes them feel good overall. However, many women have been brainwashed by societal expectations, from both men and other women, to believe they should desire this ideal. As a result, when they encounter a good man who might be perfect for them, they may find excuses to dismiss him at the slightest sign of imperfection. A key point to consider is that not all women are aiming for this ideal. There's a reason for this, which we'll explore in a moment. For instance, Jake went on several dates where he felt the women had extensive checklists. One date ended abruptly when Jake mentioned he didn't have a 6-figure income yet. Many men feel pressured by these unrealistic expectations, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and frustration. Unfortunately, some men have unknowingly encouraged these expectations by constantly saying that's what women want. If you say something often enough, people will start to believe it. Women, instinctively, know this. This is why the body positivity movement is so important for both men and women. We need to stop telling women that they want the perfect man and start acknowledging that kindness, loyalty, reliability, shared values, compatible beliefs, and goals are what truly matter. Past negative experiences can also play a significant role in men's dating lives. Many men have had bad experiences with women, whether they ignored warning signs, were manipulated, or missed red flags. These past experiences can tarnish their outlook on all women, and unfortunately, they may lose trust in their ability to see warning signs or to walk away when necessary. For example, after a painful breakup where Jake's girlfriend cheated on him, he found it difficult to trust women again. He decided to take a break from dating to heal and focus on himself. Past negative experiences can leave lasting scars, causing men to step back from dating to avoid further hurt. Therefore, ladies, it's crucial to understand that men, just like women, have psychological self-defense mechanisms to protect themselves. Practicing gentle understanding can go a long way, and it costs nothing but a little empathy. A valuable gift: navigating financial challenges in modern dating. In today's world, there are more women than men, and many of these women are achieving significant financial success. Despite this, a common desire among women is to find a partner who earns at least as much as they do. However, the dynamics of supply and demand indicate that such men are often in limited supply and have numerous options available to them. Even a decent man might hesitate to invest his time and effort into dating someone who seems entitled or expects a lifestyle that exceeds his financial means. For instance, consider Jake, who realized that a large portion of his income was being spent on dates and gifts in an attempt to impress his partners. He felt financially drained and recognized that this approach was not sustainable. The financial pressures associated with dating can be quite overwhelming, leading some men to prioritize their financial stability over romantic relationships. This has resulted in some men opting to rent rather than buy homes or choosing to shop in countries where their money stretches further. Women should understand that affluent men often have a wide array of choices, including some who may not have genuine intentions. If you have successfully shattered the glass ceiling in your career, it may be time to reassess your financial expectations of potential partners and consider valuing other important traits, such as financial responsibility. Another significant factor is the lack of appreciation. Unlike in the past, women today are capable of handling many tasks independently or can hire help when needed. How often have we heard a woman assert, "I don't need a man"? The frequency of such statements can be quite high. When a man feels unnecessary, it becomes challenging for him to feel appreciated. No one thrives in a relationship where they sense they can be easily replaced or disregarded. Take Jake as an example again. He often organized thoughtful dates and went out of his way to make his partners feel special, yet he rarely received even a lukewarm thank you, let alone any form of reciprocation. This lack of appreciation left him feeling taken for granted. Just like anyone else, men need to feel valued in their relationships. Women can enhance their relationships by showing appreciation to the men in their lives, offering at least as much gratitude to a generous partner as they would to a close friend. Additionally, many men are focused on their personal goals and may not want the distractions that dating can bring. Whether they are young and striving to advance in their careers or older and recovering from past experiences, sometimes the best decision is to remain single for a while, or even indefinitely. For example, Jake is highly driven in his career and is passionate about personal growth. He discovered that the significant time and energy he devoted to dating often diverted his attention from his professional aspirations. Consequently, he chose to concentrate on his career and personal development instead. Many men are now prioritizing their individual ambitions and finding fulfillment in their work and hobbies. Women should recognize that to enter the life of a busy man, they need to be an asset rather than a burden, making his life easier by being part of it. Lastly, the fear of commitment is a prevalent concern. There are countless stories of relationship breakdowns, many of which result in men losing their homes, financial stability, and even custody of their children. With divorce rates exceeding 50% and over 85% of divorces initiated by women, it's no surprise that many men are apprehensive about committing. Even cohabitation can feel like a precarious situation. For instance, Jake has witnessed several friends endure tumultuous divorces, and the fear of experiencing a similar outcome has made him cautious about entering into serious commitments. In today's world, many men find themselves grappling with the complexities of modern relationships, often choosing to remain single rather than face the pressures and potential pitfalls of romantic commitments. Fear of commitment, often fueled by observing negative outcomes in others' relationships, can lead some men to avoid dating altogether. It's important for women to understand the reality of these statistics and the truth that, despite common perceptions, few women are losing their homes or paying alimony. Offering a prenuptial agreement from the outset can actually protect both parties involved. Societal and cultural expectations play a significant role in shaping men's attitudes towards relationships. Living in a world where every culture has its own set of expectations about marriage, roles, and responsibilities, these pressures can be overwhelming, especially for men who feel caught between their desires and societal expectations. For example, some cultures demand marriage within specific communities or adherence to traditions that may not align with personal desires. When the pressure to conform feels too heavy, it may be easier for some men to step away from dating altogether rather than risk failure in the eyes of society or family. Jake's story exemplifies this dilemma. Coming from a culture with strict expectations about marriage and relationships, he felt the pressure to conform, leading him to withdraw from dating. He felt he could not meet both his own desires and society's expectations. These cultural and societal pressures can make dating feel daunting, leading some men to avoid it altogether to prevent conflict and stress. For women seeking to keep a man in their life, it's essential to communicate that you're looking for a relationship based on mutual understanding, not societal approval. Ditching the cultural rulebook or navigating it together can help build a healthier foundation. Mental health is another significant factor affecting dating and relationships. Conditions such as stress, anxiety, depression, ADHD, ASD, OCD, and PTSD can make dating confusing, overwhelming, and frustrating. The effort required for dating can be exhausting, and some men choose to focus on their well-being before re-entering the dating scene. Recognizing the importance of mental well-being, men are increasingly stepping back from dating to focus more on self-care. Women need to practice gentle compassion, as men are facing a challenging world. In much of the developed world, feminism has brought about a new attitude towards relationships. Women who do not want traditional relationships don't have to have them. They can support themselves and have children on their own. This shift leaves many men wondering where they fit into the romantic relationship model or leads them to decide not to commit at all. For example, Jake noticed the change in how many of the women he dated viewed relationships, with many emphasizing casual connections over long-term commitments. This changing dynamic can make it difficult for men who are seeking more traditional relationships. Understanding these challenges and pressures can help both men and women navigate the complexities of modern dating and relationships, fostering more meaningful connections based on mutual understanding and respect. For women seeking a long-term relationship, it's crucial to be highly selective about their intimate partners. Contrary to popular belief, most men looking for love aren't necessarily drawn to promiscuity. It's a common misconception, but the reality is different. When it comes to the desire for independence, some individuals, both men and women, find the effort required to find, attract, and maintain a meaningful relationship too daunting. It's not just about the initial work of finding a good partner. Maintaining a healthy relationship requires ongoing effort, much like keeping a fit body through regular gym visits. For example, consider Jake, who values his independence and enjoys his solo activities. He finds dating too demanding and often feels it compromises his freedom. Jake is content being single and chooses to remain so to preserve his lifestyle. The desire for independence and the freedom to live life on one's own terms is a powerful motivator for why some men opt out of dating. Ladies, if you're aiming for a good relationship, it's important to understand that appreciating and rewarding good behavior encourages more of it, rather than punishing bad behavior. Constant nagging is counterproductive. Choosing to walk away from dating is a personal decision influenced by various factors, including past experiences, individual goals, and mental health. It's essential to respect your own desires and recognize that everyone's journey is unique. It's perfectly okay to choose the solo path. In fact, you're better off single than in an unhappy relationship. If this resonated with you, please give it a like, consider subscribing, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Keep your comments respectful, even if passionate. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. Lots of love and God bless.